Well, good morning, my friends. It's September 2016. A little experience I had a while ago today that I've entitled Handling Their Bones. Dot, dot, dot. Handling their bones. Okay. The eyes of my 4 little girls, I have 6 girls, all grown up now, with one wife. So the eyes of my 4 little girls, ranging in age at that time from 2 to 8, were as big as saucers. This is your great-grandmother, their great-aunt and tour guide, tour guide of the dead, that is, chanted, as she handed one of them my grandmother's skull. Yeah, literally, my grandmother's skull. And this is your great-grandfather, who was also my daddy, said my aunt and their great-aunt, as another skull was passed around. Oh dear. Okay. No, this was not some macabre ritual. Just another day on the now famous island of Lesbos, Greece, because of all the poor refugees. Yeah, I hail from there, so I'm an authentic lesbian. Yeah, I'm full of beans today. That means my mother was born on the island of Lesbos, and, well, what do you call us? We're all lesbians. Not really. You know what I'm getting at? We hail from there. We hail from the island of Lesbos. So, that's what I mean, okay? We're not lesbians in the sense that the word has come to mean now. And by the way, the word lesbian, of course, came from the island of Lesbos, because of the very famous woman who lived there, I don't know, moons ago, may even be thousands of years ago, and her name was Sappho, and she was a lesbian, a gay person, and she became so famous with her poetry that all gay women took on the name lesbian from her. I don't know, about 5-10 years ago, a group of elders from the island of Lesbos took exception to every woman of that genre being called lesbian, and they went to court in Thessaloniki, Greece, and they said to the judge, look, we, the people of Lesbos, are the authentic lesbians, so we want you to forbid anyone else calling themselves lesbian. I'm so sorry for my gay brothers and sisters. It's just too funny for me. The judge laughed and threw them out of court. Of course, they appealed, and I do not know what happened to the appeal. I trow not much. Anyway, so this handling of the bones was not just, I'll explain in a minute, just some macabre ritual. It was just another day on the island of Lesbos, Greece, made memorable by a visit to the cemetery. Aha! Cemetery comes from the Hellene, or Greek word, meaning sleeping place. As far as we're concerned, people who pass on, not really dead, they're just sleepers. So we bury them in the sleeping place, the cemetery. Kimiterio in Greek, in Hellene. We Greeks call ourselves Hellenes, not Greeks. We call our country Hellas, not Greece. Anyway, so the sleeping place, the Kimiterio, the cemetery on the island of Lesbos, because there's no space, was full of little caskets full of people's bones. They were stored in little caskets because there's no place. I believe they're having a problem with that in New York City now. So full of the beloved dead that they have a real problem where to bury the new dead. Amazing, eh? So no wonder we have a problem in little old Lesbos. that you can run around in a day and a half if you're a marathon runner, so to speak. Tiny island. Anyway, so they bury you, yeah, and after the worms do their job and only your bones are left, they take them out and they put them in little caskets, slap your name on it, and they store them in a little storehouse there, and that's where we were. This little storehouse in the cemetery, full of little caskets, full of everybody's bones on the island, and of course our ancestors as well. So, in a cosmic sense, we were allowed to connect with our infinitude, going back hundreds of years in this most unique manner, handling their bones. Oh dear. I'm in a good mood today. So, the girls were, of course, too young to appreciate the experience, 2 to 8 years old. Different for me, though. My wife sadly wasn't with me that day. I don't know where she was. She must have been, I don't know, somewhere with my cousin. My cousin, my female cousin, fell madly in love with her, so she hogged her as much as she could. So, it was unbelievable for me to handle these bones, because I had actually met my grandmother, who had now passed on and was sleeping, and my grandfather passed on, the sleepers. But the rest of them, the rest of my ancestors, of course, were galactic strangers to me. So the various emotions and queries that arise from the various cavernous corners of one's so-called subconscious are vivid and potent. Beyond the obvious emotions regarding my so-called mortality, there were other epiphanies and a myriad questions. Who were these people? How did they live? What were their values? What were their aspirations? Were they good people? Were they bad? Were they generous? Were they stingy? Did they love? Did they hate? Did their fellows like them or fear them? Were they thinkers or tinkerers? Did they gaze at the stars and wonder unwonderable questions? Were they hopeful or despairful? What hardships did they endure to secure that they would one day release me from their loins? At that point in time, I was on my way to my beloved United States. So I was asking myself, where will my remains lie one day? Will they also be here in a casket? In an eternal loneliness? In their little box? Hundreds of years from now, perhaps? Will the highlight of my time without end? We all think we're eternal. And you know what? The latest sciences of neuroplasticity, cognitive neuroscience, etc., say, yeah, man, we are. We're not even here. There's just one creative intelligence, an infinite creative intelligence, and we are just its children. So, but anyway, I asked myself, will the highlight of my time without end be just another family gathering as my descendants gaze at my bones? What legacy will I have left behind? What will my tour guide of the dead, hundreds of years from now, say about me? Anyway, I'll have the text of this talk in the resource box, and a whole lot of URLs about the new and exciting sciences of neuroplasticity, cognitive neuroscience, psychoneuroimmunology, epigenetics, the placebo, the ancient sciences of the placebo and nocebo effects, and of course our beloved quantum physics, that actually are now proving all the philosophies that we held for so many thousands of years, that actually the mainstream scientists have now proven God. They don't call it God, they call it consciousness. Same thing. The infinite, the God force, the creative intelligence. So look for those URLs there and have fun perusing through them. We'll live in an exciting time of discovery and self-knowledge, which is invaluable, as another great Hellene/Greek said, by the name of Socrates. Gnosis avton, in Hellene, know thyself. Socrates. I love you all, my friends. This is Dr. Pan. Till next time, take care of your precious selves.